to Fly Nubian Money, where we help you master your mindset and maximize your money. Hello and welcome to Fly Nubian Money, where we help you to master your mindset and your money. The holidays, they are here. They are here. We are on the first Friday of December already, and the holidays are expensive. And this economy is kind of tight right now, but there are some real and practical ways to bring in extra money before Christmas. And it's not the scammy type of stuff because, there's a lot of those out there, not the unrealistic stuff. We're going to be talking about things that you could do right now that tap into your skills, your community, and your creativity. So today we're breaking down 5 ways, and then all of my queens here have things here for you too, that can help you make fast money, but also legal money, okay, before Christmas hits. Whether you need a few $100s or a few thousand, we're here to help you find that money. Today is Friday, Blackout Friday. Yeah, we're still doing it. And regardless of what the news is telling you, I'm here to tell you that our community is making a difference. So if you're still on Blackout Friday, give me a hashtag Blackout Friday in the comments, because we are still doing this thing. Lala is in it for the long term, and some stores will never see another penny from me. So put that in there and let us know if you're still participating with us, because this has been a running theme for us every Friday, okay? Today I have a beautiful royal court of queens. I see all of your crowns, queens. We have Mary Dean, the Wall Street lawyer. We have Yolanda Spivey, insurance agent to the stars. We have Micah Smith, our AI expert. I can't listen. Don't you go nowhere. I know she got a lot of things to share with us today. And you got little old me, your singing international real estate agent. Ladies, I hope that you are doing good today on this Friday. I want to just kind of start off a little bit with what you're thinking about the holidays. We're hearing so much about the economy, but I want to know what you're thinking about. Do you really feel that the holidays are a little more expensive than have been in the past? And I'm going to start with you, Micah.
Yeah, absolutely. I do feel like they're more expensive than they are in the past. If you guys even noticed, like this past Black Friday, there was hardly anything on sale, no opportunities to really save anything. And so it's a huge telltale sign of the state of our economy. With that said, we need to think smarter about how we're spending on our friends and families for the holidays. The way that we've been spending in the past may not be the way to continue doing things.
I have to agree with you. And I will say, yes, they are way more expensive, but how I combat that, y'all, and I have been for many, many years, because my son is grown. Gifts in our family just don't really, they're not like we have children anymore. We really prefer to just have each other's presence and not presents. But in the past, I would always make crocheted blankets for people, or something that made sense, that put love into it. But even now, y'all, when you talk about that, you think the yarn is that much more expensive too. What about you, Yolanda? Do you feel like that this year is really a little more expensive than normal?
Hell yeah, it really is. You know what's so funny, Lala? Even the thrift shops are expensive. People are going to the thrift shop. Back in the day, you used to thrift. It used to be the most inexpensive way to buy goods. Now, thrifting is like non-existent. It is so expensive. So yes, everything is just out of control right now. I went to, not that I was celebrating any holidays, but I just happened to go to Walmart on Saturday after Thanksgiving. It was empty. I just think people are just not spending any money. They don't have the money to spend. And also, what I love about this generation of kids, they're not as materialistic as other generations. So they don't give a darn about the new gadgets and things of that nature. They're saving their coins. Mhm.
They're actually seeing they don't want the struggle too. Like, it's interesting. My son, he also is like, I don't need anything. And that's what he said. I'd rather give back to a community. I'll go to a shelter and I'll help at the shelter. He said, I
Yep.
don't need anything, mama. I don't, because I asked him, I said, is there something that you would like? No, mama, I don't want anything, and of course my son is in his 30s, but I'm also hearing that from my nieces and nephews who are in their early 20s. So, I mean, unless you're babies and you want something under the tree from Santa, it's really not that big of a deal. I think we have everything we need. What about you, Mary? Do you think it's a little more expensive than normal?
Well, you know me. I speak my reality into existence. So I'm gonna say I just, everything is just the normal to me. I really haven't, noticed much. But what I will say is that I was looking for a coat the other day because between New York, the weather, I'm used to buying a big bubble coat every year, and so I was looking for a bubble coat, and I saw this Grinch poster that said, "My presence is your presence." Is your present, and so I just think that that's what I'm adopting. I think I'm over Christmas. I'm over the white man's celebration of white Jesus. I'm just over that. So, and I think that a lot of people are. And so, we're supposed to be boycotting Christmas anyway. And so, we don't want lack for resources. We are, you don't need another thing. We just have this abundance of junk in our homes. And I've been taking an inventory of that. Do I really need that? And the answer has been no, and I've been putting stuff back, but I haven't really felt it.
It's interesting that you say that. Like, I've been really working on just narrowing down a lot of the things that I have, cleaning out, making sure that, hey, I haven't worn this in 2 years. I don't need it or anything. And I came across a box of shoes, y'all. Most of the shoes still had tags on them. So what I did is I went shopping in my own little box. I've been walking around in these cute little shoes. I not even got to go nowhere. I put my little heels on, just walk around the house, and you would have thought that I had $1 million because they were new to me. Like, I don't know when I bought them. But listen, I'd love to hear what our family is thinking out there. I see that we've got a couple of people, Dr. Vibe, we have Deborah. Are you guys feeling the pressure of the economy for this holiday season? We'd love to hear your thoughts on that as well. Listen, we want to start with 5 ways that we can help you tap into some probably you're not even thinking about money. Let's start with the number 1, which is very interesting because it is very common. Everybody wants to look cute. And number 1 is holiday hair and braiding and grooming services. That is very big. People are always still trying to make sure that they look good and they feel good when they look good, right? So that could be braids, that could be retwists, it could be lashes and makeups, beard trims, holiday styles for kids. If that's something that you can do, you don't necessarily have to have a shop for that. Maybe you the neighborhood braider and someone needs some help, and all these kids are doing all these Christmas plays. Maybe they need to get their hair done that way as well. So that is our first side hustle that you can use, and you can make really good money with that. So I've always been real particular about people putting their hands in my head because I got these curls and they tangle so easy, but I'd be willing to pay someone who knew how to deal with my hair a little extra money for Christmas. Because you know what? I'd rather get it from small businesses. We are so big on that. Yolanda, have you ever taken a side hustle for holiday money?
So I wanted to tell you that when I was younger, my side hustle was braiding hair. A girl can braid, okay? I mean, like, my mother was a beautician. First of all, my mother was a beautician, so I can do some hair. All right. Okay. So I used to always go around the neighborhood. I was cheaper than the shops, and people would actually have me go to their homes to braid their hair. They will pay me a little extra to go there for some car fare or whatever. That's how I made my money. I'm straight, and I didn't necessarily make my money just for the holidays because I'm a metaphysical Jehovah's Witness, so I didn't think, yeah, but I just made money just to make some money, And Lala, my clientele were people that you will never think were my clients. I had a whole slew of prostitutes, no lie, at one time. Yes, those sisters were near and dear to me. But they employed me. They employed me, and I braided their hair, washed their hair, sometimes curled their hair, whatever they wanted. And those sisters paid me. They took care of me. So yeah, I made my money.
Well, then number one is good. Can we bring that graphic back up one more time? Because I want to kind of give a little bit of benefit on what that looks like for people. It's high demand.
Yep.
It's fast cash, and it's usually cash. Not
It's all cash.
It's all cash.
Now cash
right? And no inventory. Unless you're doing some extra braiding with extra hair, which people usually buy their own. Am I right?
They provide their own hair. Exactly.
They provide their own hair. So Yolanda just told you she was doing that on regular. Maybe. So that's a really good one. Now, Yolanda, I would trust you with these curls. I
I know you would, girl.
Listen, we're going to take a very short break, and we will be right back to get back into these side hustles. Now, listen, before we go, I want to hear what your suggestions are. Do you have something that can help someone earn extra cash for the holidays? Because you know what? You might have something that we don't have. So go ahead and drop those in the comments, and we will get to those and share those as well. We'll be right back.
Woo! It's a good show right here. But I'm biased. If you are just tuning in, you are watching Fly Nubian Money, where we help you master your mindset and maximize your money. My name is Tiara Williams. I'm also known as Miss Black Hollywood, and I'm the proud producer of this show because it is lit. If you want to receive notifications for when we go live Monday through Friday, 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All you have to do is text the word Queens to 87948. That's Queens to 87948. That's QUEENS to 87948. Also, if you want to grow your money and not blow your money, all you have to do is go to flynubianmoney.com. There's all kinds of resources, there's courses, there's free giveaways. There's just no reason to be broke in 2025. All you have to do is go to flynubianmoney.com. Obviously, you don't want to be entertained here. You want to know enough to grow. Wait, I need to put that on a shirt. You got to know to grow. Got to know to grow. So know and grow with flynubianmoney.com.
Now, that is not on our list, but that is one thing that you really do need to tap into. Go to flynubianmoney.com. We have a lot of free resources there for you. And listen, maybe you're not trying to hustle for Christmas. Maybe you're just trying to decide what you want to do in 2026. And you're like, I know there's something out there for me. I need a good side hustle. Please make sure that you go to flynubianmoney.com because there is a lot of resources there. Now, Micah, listen, you are our AI queen. All right, baby, I'll put you on a pedestal any day with your AI skills. What is something that people can do now that could be a quick turnaround for Christmas that maybe involves AI?
Honestly, the thing that would bring in the most amount of cash for them is learning how to use AI to create websites. So we're talking about if you have no skills whatsoever, you just kind of like giving ChatGPT some basic information about what you or the client might need, putting it into a program like maybe Replit or Lovable. And we're talking about the full site done in 2 to 3 minutes. That could be an easy $500 to $1,000 right there, for you. And you just have pretty much all the deliverables ready for the client, within a day. So
that is so amazing. I mean, and you have local businesses, right?
Yes.
You can just tap into your local businesses. You don't have to go searching online. You could just walk yourself right into that coffee shop that maybe needs a refresh on their website and help them out. Just think outside the box is what I'm saying, right?
Right.
So you definitely need to tap into that. And she also has a great community, and I'm sure stick around. She's going to tell you where you can find that. But I do want to ask you this, Mary. Why do you think that we so often wait until to the last minute to be so stressed about maybe giving gifts or earn money at the last minute instead of just kind of working toward having a little bit extra during the whole year?
I love this question. I saw this question and I was like, and so just that you're asking me this question, I want to take a moment to say thank you, God, because I've been pondering this question seriously. Because when I decided to run for judge, right? They came to me. I just dropped out the race, y'all. And I did the announcement yesterday. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But sidebar, so next time. But I'm partnering with Black Wall Street, the brand, and helping, dedicated. I'm taking Dr. Boyce Watkins' advice that he gave me. He interviewed me on the channel, and he's like, look, you can go try to get power in the seat, but you can really go get financial power. And so I'm really taking his advice and leaning into that. But one of the questions that I have for myself, guys, and come with me. I had the question, and because I'm a mature woman. I'm grown. And oh yeah, girl, I'm grown. Okay. Got the red nails to prove it. And so okay. And so, at this age, I kind of feel like I've lost some of my enthusiasm to get up and to get after it. Not like I did that I had when I was in my 20s. When I was in my 20s, I was about the goals, goals, And now because I've learned to meditate and I've learned to sit back and allow my blessings to come to me, and I've matured into that, and God has got it. Why fret? Why worry? If God got it, he got it. Let him get it, boo. You go take a bubble bath. And that has been working for me, because then I get out the bubble bath and somebody is calling me with some money. So, that has really worked for me. And so I've lost that fight, that tiger. And so when they asked me to run for judge, I found that enthusiasm again. And I was getting up early again because I had something to do. And I was excited and da-da-da-da-da. And so one of the questions I asked my spiritual, advisor, and I've been pondering and meditating on that question was, why am I so enthusiastic, and why did I find my fire to run for judge when I could not find that fire to be a millionaire, when I'd much rather be a millionaire? And so I kept asking myself, why didn't I have that same pull out of bed then? And what answer came back to me was because of vision. It was because when for the judge seat, you saw every little path step to that, and you had so many people pulling you what to do, and you just really had to get in line. It's the same reason why it's a lot easier to get up and go to work for the man than it is to get up and go to work for your business that could put the man out of business, right? It's vision. It's because you really don't see each and every step. And so, so now I'm dedicated to holding that vision and force. And that's why I'm so big on speaking, not getting too concerned with the reality and the image they want you to have. Because when you're focused on that, you don't have you can't see yourself and doing all the steps that you need to do to free yourself. That should be the only thing that you're talking about. You should meditate. That should be your only conversation. And you should exercise discipline in that. Why give the reality that you do not want to exist all of your attention when it does
Well, it used to be a time where a lot of the jobs would also allow you to, like your jobs would, every month they would allow you to put aside. They had a special Christmas fund gift that you could contribute to. So the planning is a part of vision as well. I mean, to know to put away as well to make it grow. You got to plant the seed.
But that's boring. It's the boring, mundane, discipline things. When you go shopping now, and even this, why y'all not even worried about Christmas, number one, but spend time with your family and be invested in your future for next year. Come on. Aren't we above? This is the home for intelligent Black troop, and this is flynubianmoney.com.
True, true. But we're still going to give you some suggestions in case you did wait. Let's just look at number 2. Let's see what we got on our list for number 2 to help you earn and bring in some money. Let's see what we got here. I think. I think, and therefore I know. Oh, I'm going to tell it to you until just in case. There we go. Selling digital products. Listen, that is a very easy way to earn a little bit of extra income. Listen, whatever you know, you can turn into a digital product. You could do planners, affirmations. Now, I know Mary's on board with that one. You could do your famous, your famous brownie, flyers, holiday menus. Churches always need flyers and things of that nature, maybe for their holidays, holiday menus. Canva is free. So you actually can use the free version to create things and create a digital download. And when you have that, you can earn extra money. Go ahead, Yolanda.
You can also develop Christmas cards for people, because people need that and they send it out to their family, friends, and things like that. Just tell them to send you a picture of the family together. You can actually create a family Christmas card for people. That's another way to make some money. And you can use it using Canva and those other services as well.
So free. And let me give you another one that you can tap into, because this could be digital as well. Very easy. You know what I used to do when I was much younger and my son was younger? I put it out there to everyone and put little flyers around town at the laundromats, at every places, at the music stores. Hey, do you need a letter from Santa for your child? And this was before online, y'all. So I would put the address where they could do that. They would send their little $6. And if they had 5 or 6 kids and they put money in for each child, I would write a different letter for every child. So that earned me quite a bit of money. Simple things like just thinking about that, sending a letter from Santa to children, and especially if it's more than one, and he's getting more than one letter, is an exciting thing. It's inexpensive, and it's also putting good vibes out there, right? Sometimes you just need to be the light. So, Micah, I want to ask you, when we're talking about these things like this, what are some other things that you have done in the past, maybe before your AI, that helped you to earn a little bit extra money for the holidays or a special event?
To be honest with you, Lala, I honestly just kind of stayed within my means, right? So it was never really about me going out and trying to over hustle or over earn so that I could appease my family. And I have a big family. I have 9 siblings. Okay. Thanks. We can thank my father for that, right? I have nine siblings. So every holiday it's a lot. So that means that I have to spend extra time, possibly even finding additional specials, right? To make it reasonable, to make sure that nobody, misses out, and that everybody feels loved. And I actually don't recommend to anybody at all, right? Especially not in this type of season, to overextend yourself, to try to go and overly, please people for this holiday season. If you decide that you're going to do that, right, for the holidays, because there's plenty of money making opportunities during this time, I wouldn't be taking that and giving it away. I would probably be doing something like making sure that you are maybe purchasing something that is going to grow your income for the upcoming year, right? Investing your money back inside of the stock market, something like that. And just making sure that you are not, cutting yourself short, for the sake of a holiday. So.
Yeah, I think
agree.
we made it into something that it's really not. I think the reason for the season has been forgotten, whether you celebrate it that way or not. The reason is not that. It's not just giving gifts, and people get really hung up on that. But I'm going to ask you this, Yolanda, because you've already shared with us that you helped, you made good money with braiding. But what is something, because this may be something that somebody's thinking about, what is something that you would pay somebody for, that would help them earn a little bit extra money in your business or in your personal life? If someone really needed something quick, what is something that you would pay someone for?
cleaning this damn house. Shoot. Cleaning the house. No, but seriously, in all actuality, I actually do pay for services because I want to live the soft. I give myself the soft life to live, so I do pay for people to clean the house. There was a young gentleman that came today because I was we had a big snowstorm. You guys know I live in the mountains now in the forest, and the snow was coming down, and I was looking outside like, oh my goodness, how I'm going to do this? Like, what are we going to do here? Like, girl, you got to go outside and shovel the snow. But this magically delicious young man came in and he knocked on my door and he asked, ma'am, do you want me to shovel your driveway? And I said, yes. And not only did he shovel my driveway, but he also did my stairway too. I ended up giving him a couple of dollars for it. So I will pay people for those types of tasks. I will pay people to shop for me. If I need food and I don't feel like going to the supermarket, anything I may need that I don't feel like doing, I'm going to pay somebody to do for me.
And see, that's simple things. Because I remember growing up, when it snowed, I saw opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
I grab that snow plow and that little snow shovel and take myself on out there. Listen,
Lala, I'm sure that young man made some money because not only did he shovel my snow, I saw him all over the neighborhood shoveling people's driveways. So I'm pretty sure he made like a good couple $100 that day in a few minutes.
And it's snowing everywhere right now, y'all. Definitely. Yeah. Now, listen, put your suggestions in the comments, or maybe put something in there that you would be looking for. Maybe spark someone's curiosity and go, I can do that. Put that in the comments, family. We'd love to hear what you got to say. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.
I know you're busy. You got things to do, and you can't take us on the go with you every single day. Good news for you. We are now on Spotify. So if you can't watch us, now you can listen to us on Spotify. Search Fly Nubian Money and all the episodes shall appear. All you have to do is like, subscribe, leave a 5-star rating, leave some comments, tell people how you love us so that when other people come along and are looking for a great show to watch, they can find Fly Nubian Money too. One last thing, and just in case you've been sitting under a rock, Fly Nubian Money now has an investment club. We are the Fly Nubian Money Club. It's easy. All you have to do is go to flynubianmoneyclub.com, and I am committed to bringing in top experts from all industries to help you level up. They're teaching us the skills that we need to compete in this market. We often say that nobody is coming to save us, not the government, but guess what? We're coming to save us. I'm coming to save you with the Fly Nubian Money Club. So listen, all you have to do again is go to flynubianmoneyclub.com. We have a 30-day free trial set up just for you, just for those people that are struggling. Even if you ain't struggling, you ain't got to struggle. I'm coming. Okay, let me stop playing. I'll see you soon.
That is also a very good investment for helping you also earn money. We have great speakers and people who come in and teach wonderful things at Fly Nubian Money Club. Please make sure that you sign up for that, y'all, because it's worth the money. You will get a very good return on your investment. Let us look at number 3. We have another suggestion for you, and this one is delivery hustles with strategy. Things like DoorDash and Instacart, Amazon Flex, but maximize by choosing the most high demand for those things. And listen, you also could be asking your neighbors, listen, do you need some help going to the grocery? Give me your list and I will be happy to take your list to the grocery and shop for you, right? Is that something that you would use someone for, Mary? If someone offered you that type of service, would you, outside of ordering it on Instacart, maybe even someone in your neighborhood you would trust to bring your groceries to you?
Yes. And I'm going to tell you where you need to go find some people that really need that kind of work. Old people apartments. Old people apartments.
Yes.
Because people that they might not be as technologically savvy as younger people are, but they definitely need people to go to the store for them. And so you can build a relationship with them. And there are 65 and up apartment complexes because my father lives in one. Okay. So, because I thought about like, oh, this is a estate plan in gold, yeah, gold mine, for a place where you can get more clients. But what I will say to you guys is that yes, there are all these kind of things to do to earn a quick dollar. I have done hair too. I'm a licensed cosmetologist, as my brother would always try to remind people. I got my license when I was in high school at Worthing High School. Okay, clock it. I was doing hair before I could do anything else. You know, and another one I did growing up as a kid, my family ran a catering business. And so, you know, cooking good food, you know, Pinky from a slutty vegan, she blew up from just a food truck into a whole, you know, multi-million-dollar business franchise that she was able to grow from that, just starting out with the food truck. And so, and you know, we love to eat. And so, and that mixed with the clever brand with some good food, look what she created from that. And so I want to say, and urge you to not think of it as a mom and pop. Yes, there's little things, side hustles and stuff you can do, but I think it will benefit you more if you really lean into it and think about what you can do as a business that can last, that can sustain you. And so that you're not a hustler and a one and done, but you can sustain something that can support you, your family, and your community.
That's
I agree.
a good idea. Yeah, this is the
I
season
agree.
for people to be baking pies and cakes too. So yeah, if you're a good baker or pie maker, make your money right now. You know, send some flyers out that you can bake some sweet potato pies, and you know you'll have them ready for Christmas or Christmas Eve. And that's a good way to make some good money
I will
too.
pay you for that because that'd be one
I
less dish that I have to make.
Make it gluten free though, please. Thanks.
Now,
Gluten-free.
Micah, one thing that I want to discuss is that, you know, I think a lot of the time our community underestimates how profitable our skills are.
Yeah.
Do you think that that is kind of holding us back in a way? And how can we break through that thought process?
I absolutely do believe that, because what we fail to realize sometimes is how much money the companies that hire us are profiting off of us, right? So just to give you a perfect example, there's a lot of people that work in customer service, but it's like you fail to understand that a lot of you have 10, 15, 20 years sometimes of customer service experience, and that level of expertise is still something that small business owners need. So just consider that what you may get paid from, a regular, company can be, like maybe around $25 and under sometimes, right? Versus if you were offering consulting, or if you were offering to go ahead and put a department in place, right, using your skill set and expertise, you would be earning way, way, way more money and have a whole lot more time on your hands. So we really kind of like need to take inventory of how other people have profited off of us, and then take that knowledge, put it into a framework, package it up, right, and find out who's looking for us in order to change the trajectories of our futures.
Absolutely, because I can tell you, as much as like Yolanda said, she hired somebody to clean. Me too. Let me tell you something. I don't clean. I have a cleaning lady. She is a lady who, baby, she loves to clean. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean that's not someone else's passion. That lady just whistles and sings the whole time that she's cleaning, and by the time it's done, she's happy, I'm happy, and music is playing. So
And we're supporting her business too.
Right. And so, don't let that get in your way of seeing what other people are doing to make you earn, to help you earn. Your passion may not be popular with other people, but as long as it makes you happy and you're serving somebody, I think that's a very good way to earn extra money and get that side hustle going. We have another suggestion for you. Let's check out the next one. Renting out what you already own, such as your PA systems, your photography gear, tables and chairs, cameras, formal wear, parking spaces. Let me tell you something. Y'all might be laughing at some of that list. But that last one in Los Angeles, California, you can make a lot of money on a parking space.
I'm laughing. You heard about the scam that the guys were running at well, I think they were doing it here in Houston at the Energy parking lot, but they were charging people on their own Cash apps or their own devices when people were paying for parking for the venue. So they racked up like $200,000. Don't do that.
Oh,
Don't, whatever you do, don't do that.
yeah, we trying to stay legal. Don't do it.
Right.
To the dark side, don't do it. Micah, your eyes lit up though. Your eyes lit up. So I gotta hear what you gotta say about that one.
They did. I kid you not, I saw a police ad on Facebook last night where the police were basically inside of a parking lot. As you know how you'll go into the lot and they have those signs saying just scan here, to go ahead and pay for your parking. And the cop stopped this woman and was like, "Are you sure you want to do that?" And she's like, "Yeah, well, you need to double check because that QR code is not our QR code. It's somebody else's. So that means that money did not go to us. Someone was using it to steal your information. And now you're going to get a ticket because you didn't pay for your parking." So,
Same thing.
for those of you that are hearing this, when you go and pay for public parking, double check that there's not a QR code stickered over the actual QR code. Pay attention to the website that you are actually visiting. It is a major scam right now, and they will still hold you accountable for
That's
just for
genius.
It is.
Now listen though, let me tell you something. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, and in Louisville, the biggest times is like, especially around Kentucky Derby, there are so many people that live around Churchill Downs that will rent out their parking spots, and they actually have expanded their little parking pads where they can take 2 and 3 cars, and they're earning extra money, and I mean a lot of extra money to get them through several months of bills just by renting out places where people can park. So listen, that I know we're laughing about that, and I know there's a lot of scams out there, but it is legitimate if you have enough room where you can charge for parking and you're around these popular places. Like we said LA, we said New York, you said Texas. There are many places, especially if you're around some kind of center where there's activities going on and they really need the parking. So I mean, to me, I'd rather pay somebody that way than park in some of these places. I know New York and LA is very, very high.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you, Yolanda, so what can we do to avoid some of these money traps that make us really want to make them work for these holidays? I mean, what are some things that you should be careful for? You were saying like the scams are out there. Well, how can we be a little more careful about those?
You know what I think, Lala? I really think that people, you talking about the money traps. People do fall into money traps, especially for the holidays, because really it's all about flexing. It really is about flexing for other people, not for yourself, showing off what you got for Christmas. I know kids get so excited when they get a good Christmas gift and then they go back to school showing their friends and stuff like that. But we've really got to retrain our minds to receiving gifts. I really think, because if you really think about the whole gift giving thing, why are we doing it? Why are we breaking our necks and our backs to, buy these expensive gifts? And say, for instance, that's what you want to do. Why don't you start planning for the whole entire year instead of just trying to cram something in December, trying to get as much money in December to buy these gifts? Start in January. Put aside $25 a month until the end of the year so you can have enough money to buy gifts. I don't know. But I just think the way people are going about getting money to buy these gifts, it's just ridiculous. You're just going to put yourself in a pickle. And on top of that, the debt that a lot of people, accumulate after the holidays is disgusting. Okay. Because when January rolls around, they are crying because they cannot pay their credit card bills.
That's right.
That's right. I really think people need to rethink what the hell they are doing when it comes to gift giving and buying and all this other good stuff.
I agree. Yeah. I agree.
I'm glad y'all agree because we all on the same page now. Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa, girl.
I love it. But Micah, you have something that is also good that people can do just with everyday things that you don't think about. Can you share what you've discovered as well?
Well, see, one of the things that was on the list, right, was rentals. And That reminded me of a couple that I heard of recently. I believe they're actually here in California. They needed to throw a birthday party for their kid, and they had a hard time finding somebody who would rent to them child-sized chairs. So they needed to order like 40 chairs for their kid's birthday party. It cost them about $2,600 to do it. But after that, like they were posting pictures on the internet, people were asking them questions, and it ended up opening the doors for them to open their own business where they ended up renting out the chairs that they bought for their child's birthday party. As a result, in a year, they were able to make over $260,000 extra in addition to their jobs, right? So they were like, we love what we did. We were able to show our son what was possible as far as entrepreneurship and creating early access to generational wealth, and it was really something that other people could learn from as well. So guys, keep in mind, like I said earlier, that money that you are taking to spend on things for Christmas, think about what you can invest in that will end up earning you more money in the coming year. Straight up.
See, I
I
think
agree.
think ahead, think
Can I
ahead.
tell y'all something? As a
Yeah.
metaphysical Jehovah's Witness, I was able to save a lot of money over the years by not buying gifts. Okay, so my family, we don't buy no gifts. We don't be buying no gifts like that. Okay, and we save a lot of money because we do not pour money into that bullshit. You're not missing out on anything. Trust and
No.
believe you're not.
A lot of times people end up complaining about what you got them, or kids prefer the boxes more than they do, what was inside the boxes.
Exactly.
I'm very happy to say that in our family, one of our basic gifts was just us cooking in the kitchen together and singing together. I have a singing family.
Yes.
So, and telling our children the stories of our parents and our grandparents, and just that was priceless to me, extremely priceless to me. And that's what I mean, it being in the presence and not the
Right.
present.
And Lala,
Right.
that's really what it should be. It should really be about spending time with your family. Okay, everybody has the day off. Everybody's chilling. Get together and just spend time together. Fuck the gifts. You really do not need the gifts. Now, the food you may need because the food's good. But other than that, okay, you don't need those gifts. You don't need them. Trust.
I agree. Like I said, I found a box of shoes and you would have thought I went shopping all over again. Like, so and I shop on clearance on top of that when I do shop. So like all these things were new to me. But Mary, what do you think that financial peace looks like during the holiday season?
Mm-hmm.
I think it looks like closing out the year and getting ready for the new year. I think my band director, shout out to Mr. Portis who passed away. But if you're on time, you're late. You got to be early. And if you're early, early is to be on time and on time is late. That's what he's early is to be on time and on time is late. And so that's what I have for 2026. Start now thinking about 2026 and what you want your year to look like. Look at what you did this past year and take an inventory of what worked, what didn't work, and what has been opening up for you to come into the new year. And I think keep that in mind while you want to go spend some money for Christmas. What can you use to prepare you for the next year? If you need new pair of shoes, great. Are you going to be walking into a business meeting in them? If not, maybe leave them there. And so, I just think is get your priorities together. Get your priorities together, get your mind right, celebrate with your family, sure. Eat some food, sure. But don't eat too much because don't you want to be fine at the top of the year? I'm just saying.
Yeah,
That's right.
That's right. Well, I actually have to, I think the Real Black Lexicon has a really good idea. He said, how about, maybe stock in some of these companies, a share of Apple or Sony stock, or into PlayStation stock, and you invest in that for your children and maybe make that a fun activity to watch that money grow. I mean, there are ways that you could do things as a family to also teach them the responsibility of financial steadiness and stability. We have another one, so let's check this out. Let's check out our last suggestion that we can help you with. But we still have a couple of others, but let's check out this next one. I think doing? Holiday help services, gift wrapping, cooking prep, decorating, babysitting, and grocery runs. Y'all, as much as I think my little wrapping is cute, it's always ugly. So I would pay somebody to wrap my gifts if I had any gifts to put underneath the tree, because I can see people are, because my niece is so creative at it. I would just let her do it. I think that's a good one. Would you pay someone to wrap your gifts, Micah?
I would. And I am a horrible gift wrapper, believe it or not. Every single time I wrap a gift, it just looks like trash. I don't get it. So yes, absolutely. I feel like this is an essential service. And if that's your gift, then open up the floodgates and let people in to pay you. So yeah.
Baby, because I love cute. And you know what? One year like I said, we don't do a lot of gifts, but one year I literally let my niece just wrap up regular old boxes with her. So it was so festive to see the pretty boxes under the tree that there wasn't nothing in there, but it was just a decoration idea. So listen, if that is your talent and that is your skill, baby, go for it, because somebody's looking for it. Now, listen, we do have some other things that we could share with you. I have another one that I do want to share with you right now that I always bring up because it is good money. And that is actually shopping apartments. And there is a company that is out there, and they seem to be in all states and all cities, where you can earn anywhere from $50, sometimes $150 if they need it quickly, where you go and you do mystery shopping. And that's EPM. Which one did I put it in? I put it in the Snap on the other one. Let me pull it up real quick so you can write it down. It is, there we go, EPMSonline.com. EPMSonline.com. All you have to do is they'll give you all of the instructions. They will tell you what they need from you, if it's a specific person that you need to shop from. And all you do sometimes, y'all, is just secretly record the conversation and you answer some questions. It's all of about, maybe depending on going there, maybe 2-3 hours at tops. And they pay good money for that, and they pay monthly. So listen, ain't nothing wrong with being a mystery shopper, because it can pay. Now listen, we're going to start winding down here a little bit, but I would love for each one of us to give a tip or a resource for someone. But wait, we got stats. We got stats. I forgot stats. The average American expects to spend $975 on Christmas, and that's higher for Black families with children. Why do you think that we spend so much more on that? Black women lead all demographics in side hustle participation. You got all the queens here telling you we've done the side hustles. We know what to do. And Black households spend 20 to 30% more during December than any other month. I think that is absolutely a staggering percentage of what gets spent during the holidays. Over 40% of Gen Z and millennials say they need extra cash to get through December. And I'm actually going to say that that's probably higher in January too, because if you do the overspending, you still got to pay the piper. And holiday beauty services spiked 55% in Black communities between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Boy, that's a lot of stats that we really need to ponder, right? So it is time for us to start winding down. Ladies, I would really love to hear your final thoughts on this. Maybe if you have a resource to share or some encouragement for those out here, we'd love to hear that. And then we'd also like to know where we can find you. Micah, I'm going to start with you first.
Yeah, my parting thoughts for everybody is to not allow yourself to be under pressure to overspend on this holiday. Really just focus on securing your future. If you would like to learn more about how you can use AI for marketing or product development, I highly encourage you to go ahead and join my AI school at www.herpayday.com. And you are going to learn a whole lot that is going to completely change the trajectory of the year coming up for you.
I am a student. You better get on over there. You better get on over there and get them skills up. Listen, that is the way of the world right now, whether you like it or hate it or not. You are going to have to learn these skills to stay on top of things that is going on in the world right now. Please make sure that you go and check out Micah and join her community. It's very much worth the wait. Hey, Yolanda, it's your turn. What you got for us, and where can we find you? Can't hear you.
I know. Let me unmute myself. So I will say this: holidays are they are a human construct. Okay, meant to, I believe, keep people in debt and enslaved. If you think about it, January we have New Year's, February we have Valentine's Day, March, April we have Easter. It goes on and on and on, all the way to the big finale, which is Christmas. Do not be a slave to these human constructs. These holidays will keep you in debt, and they will just keep you pinned into just being in the system, just rewinding in the system over and over again. It's almost like a spell they have people under. And it really, I believe it's time to break this damn spell. Stop spending money when they tell you to spend money, because that's exactly what you're doing. Anyway, I'm Yolanda, broker to the stars. If you need some insurance, if you need any type of insurance, if you even want to insure your pinky toe, reach me at mwhitney.com. I'm your girl. That's it.
Absolutely love it. If you, and listen, insurance is for the living, y'all. Y'all need to understand that that is also something that you need. Make sure that you go and check out Yolanda. All right,
Get a
Mary,
life
you're
insurance
up.
policy for the holidays. There you go. Sorry. Get a life
Oh,
insurance
I
policy
like,
for
that's
the
a good
holidays.
idea. That's a good idea. All right, you got your marching assignments. Now go do it. So just, all right, Mary, what is your final thoughts, and where can we find you? Can't hear you.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? My final thoughts is just, I'm really grateful to be here. I'm grateful for you ladies. And I think that we should spend this time of year really focused on gratitude and counting our blessings and looking over the years, and also growing your own business. It's not a hustle, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a one and done. It's something that you pour into and you work on, because we all want to get off the plantation, and we all deserve and want to be free. And so if you are, instead of spending your money on frivolous things like clothes and toys and whatever, and you're deciding, you know what, instead of doing that, I am going to invest into my future. I do want to pour into my business, but I don't know where to start. Then reach out to me, Mary Dean Esquire at thewallstreetlawyer.com, proud founder of blackwallstreet.com, because Black wealth is critical to Black power.
I love that. And that is so very, very true. So true. Make sure that you get yourself educated and get yourself on a playing field that you can understand and learn and grow on, because it is worth knowing that your future is stable financially. Listen, here's what I have to say. I know you're going to have to do what you need to do. Sometimes money is tight and it doesn't necessarily have to be Christmas, but always reevaluate what's more important to you. Are the memories more important? Or is it just that something that's sitting over in the corner that somebody complained that you didn't give them enough about? Listen, memories are more important. Your presence is better than presence. Now, listen, today I actually do want to share with you, we talked about digital products. I've got some. I have an Etsy store that I'm absolutely loving right now. And I've put some really fun things in there that actually help you balance. I have a lot of things that have affirmations in there to help you start the year off right. So you want to make sure that you visit my Etsy store at Living the La Life. Now, listen, ladies, we talked about a lot today. And I think that we've given a lot of people a really good way to think outside the box, because at the end of the day, making money before Christmas doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't require a Christmas miracle. It just requires intention, creativity, and confidence in the gifts you already have. Let me repeat that. Confidence in the gifts that you already have. You do not have to go into debt to enjoy your holiday. You do not have to struggle when your skills can make room for you. Start small and start today. And remember that every dollar counts. Thank you to our amazing queens today for giving practical and powerful and advice for everyone today, as always. Now, listen, you know what I am grateful for today? I am absolutely grateful for every last one of you who are here. And you are always here for us. You always keep the conversation going. We want to say thank you to Anonymous and Deborah. And we have Mimi. Mimi, I loved your comments. Let me get to some of those. We have Booker. We had Dr. Vibe. We had so many people, the Real Black Lexicon. We appreciate you. We appreciate you more than, and I will never take that for granted, because you could be watching something else, but you are here spending time with us, and we are grateful to you. So make sure that if you are new to us, and maybe you didn't even comment today, but you don't want to miss a show, you want to make sure that you text the word Queens, QUEENS, to 879-498. I always say 9, but I say 879-48, so that you don't miss a show, right? You want to make sure that you get notified of everything, because you're getting the goodness here, right? So until then, it is weekend time, babies. It's weekend time. Keep it cute, keep it tight, keep that money in your pocket, and we'll see you on Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace, be blessed. Bye.